Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Prancing Pony Podcast Plays. Thank you, as always, for joining me on Saturday afternoon. We're going to be getting ready soon to join the adventures of Hilbern the River Hobbit as we continue sort of our prequel, if you will, to the story that we'd been doing for so long. Because, of course, we picked up the epic at Volume 1, Book 4, and we have now gone back and are halfway through Book 2, if I'm not mistaken. So, anyway... How has everybody's week gone? Are there any questions pending? Anything that you want me to chat about or discuss before we get into the game? Kim, welcome. I'm glad you're here, even if it is for only 30 minutes. And yes, Katie, that you know what shirt that is. That's the Rankin and Bass Hobbit, picked up at Comic-Con from the OneRing.net. All right. Well, this should be a fun one today. Looking forward to seeing what the story holds for us. It's been a very long time, as we talked about last week, since I've played these portions of the story, because the last couple of characters that I've played, I've done the Swanfleet intro. So it's been a while, and I'm excited to kind of be reminded and refreshed of where the story goes. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and get back into the game. Let's see, I'll be getting that queued up here in just a moment. All right, it's going to be putting the window to the side so that I can focus on the game, but I will be checking chat throughout as usual. And Katie will, as usual, do a good job of taking any chats and putting them into our chat that I can see a little more easily. I prefer Beyond the Shadow, I think. I mean, it's just that whole area is really well thought through. And I love being able to meet Boromir on his journeys north. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and log in here. All right. Let's see. I don't need that window open. There we go. Now my chat looks a little bit bigger. Oh, I want to hide the chat overlay, though. That's what I wanted to do. All right. You'd think I'd have it down by now. You'd think. All right. So when last we looked, we were about ready to take Weathertop, and we just need to discuss with Candaith before we head up. It's an instance, so it's a solo instance of retaking Weathertop.
How can I be of service?
If you're prepared, I will lead the way. We must be swift, else the orcs may succeed at whatever foul mischief they have planned.
Weathered, once a watchtower of the Dunedain, now a refuge for orcs.
Why do I think LotRO doesn't come up more in discussions about adapting Middle-earth and Tolkien's works? Because it's an 18-year-old video game that's only available on the PC, and it's not a... I mean, it's just... I don't think it's widely enough known. That's just the reality of it. You know, if it were a put on consoles and were, you know, playable on mobiles and things like that, I'm sure more people would have heard about it. But it's just been around a little bit long, and it's getting a little long in the tooth. I love it. We all love it. That's why we're here. But I think that's probably why it doesn't come up more in discussions. And I'm not sure that people think about games when they think about adaptations. They think about the easy ones, movies and TV. We must make haste, Hilbern. We have the leaders of these Uruk-hai cornered like rats upon the slopes of Weathertop. If we can defeat them, we may yet break the will of this warband and drive them whimpering to their masters in the south. Be prepared for anything. Come on, Candaith, keep up. Wait, let the patrol move out of sight. No, why? This torch may prove useful. Take up the torch. Perhaps you can light a fire to draw the goblins' attention. Come on, Candaith, keep up. A podcast on LotRO specifically. I think there are a couple, but that would be a fun thing to listen to. Oh, we'll need to split up. Remember the torches, light the bonfires. This may help you. I don't think I'll need the help. We cannot fail here. The path diverges ahead. I shall follow the trail to the right. You follow the path to the left. If all goes well, we will meet up again upon the peak of Weathertop. Wait until I have passed from sight before you proceed. Remember, we must defeat the leaders of this warband if we are to discourage them. Use the torches you find on the unlit pyres along the path. They may draw the attention of nearby orcs. We are to defeat Boobhosh and Moose. Boobhosh! You take the path to the left. You take the high road, and I'll take the low road, and I'll get to Scotland before ye. All right. I know he says I'm supposed to wait. I guess I better wait. Who knows? I might break the instance. I don't want to break the instance. And turn now, Candaith. Up the road. Bye-bye. Try not to get yourself killed. Oh, fine. I guess I'll do what they want me to do and light the fires. Kick the tires and light the fires. I mean, really. This is kind of easy. Target rich environment. Slightly hyper today? No, I'm just trying to be upbeat. Because if it were up to me, I'd be taking a nap. Oh, thought I shot you already. Come on. What do you mean I need a valid target? That's an orc on Weathertop. That's a valid target, I promise you. Am I supposed to go this way? I don't remember now. I think I go up. Ah, here's Bobosh. What's all this ruckus, you curs? So keep on going. I've had 1 Celsius today. That is the answer. That's right. I remember having to go back. I mess this up every time. All right, let's light the torch. The annoying fire throwers.
I sees a river hobbit.
I sees a hole in your flesh. All right. A war keeper. Keep giving me deeds that I won't finish. Oh, hello. Yeah, I remember struggling with this the first time as well. This was, when you're on level, these things are meant to be difficult. But we are just doing this for the story here. And let's just put them to sleep. Be done with it. Defeated. I have a surprise for you. I have a surprise for you. I'm dead. All right, let's head on up and get this done. With any luck, we'll be able to finish the book 3 today, only because I'd like to be able to move on and do something different when I come back from podcast movement. For those of you who are not with me on Tuesday this past week, I did let you all know that I will not be here this coming Tuesday, the whatever that is, 19th, I think, because I will be attending podcast movement, learning how to produce a better show, or shows, as the case may be. So next Tuesday, there will be no stream, is what I'm trying to say. All right. I just incurred a spit take. How did I do that? You've done well, Hilbern. Better than I, it appears. Uruk-hai and orcs nearly bested me, and my wounds run deep. But you must not concern yourself with me now. Beyond that gate is the Uruk who leads this force. Pass through the gate and defeat him. We cannot allow these orcs to have a hold in the north. I see, but only you have the key. Is that right, Candaith? I will open the gate and hold the rear guard. I will remain here to stop the enemy should they decide to flee. Pick up the pace, you sluggards. And, oh, he didn't die right away. Oh, that's right. That's because they're scripted to not die right away. But he will still die. Oh, there's some poor lonely bowmaster over here thinking he's going to do something. All right. Talk to Candaith. You did very well. Oh, my wounds are grievous, but I shall recover. Come, we shall return to my camp. War Master Uzor will no longer trouble us, Hilbern. You have my thanks for that.
How can I be of service?
Do not concern yourself with the orcs that remain. This far removed from the Southlands, they will dwindle and become only a small danger to travelers through the lowlands. We've won a pivotal battle, my friend. You've earned some rest, I think, for the great threat posed by these orcs is now finished. Now, let me aid you in your endeavor to find Radagast the Brown.
Greetings.
I managed to track Radagast south, and there met friends, the Eggline, who make some ruins here in the lowlands their home. They are a solitary and quiet people, having shunned societal obligation for a simple life eked out here. The few that do venture towards the more civilized areas of the world are still different than most you will ever meet. Because of this nature, they are truly wary of anyone who wishes to traffic with them or their allies, and it seems that Radagast has enlisted their aid, not only now, but at some time in the distant past. I fear that you will need to earn the right to speak with Radagast. I've done what part I can. My host will take you south and west to the Forsaken Inn. There you should seek an audience with Godaric Muntz. He will know your name. Be safe, Hilbern. And I'll just port over there. An introverted bowmaster. There we go. Candaith is a good man who's taken a chance by giving us his word that you can be trusted. For his sake and our continued friendship with him, I hope that you are worth the risk. We are a simple people who wish to remain apart from society. But there are efforts that all must undertake to survive, and we will ask you for assistance to prove that you are worthy. Thank you for forwarding that to me, Katie. I appreciate the improving on perfection comment. Thank you, Hassel.
I'm sorry. Did you need something?
Did you need something? He's a little whiny, isn't he? You've toiled long, and we are grateful for all you've done. You appear to have the best intentions towards our people. For this, we will grant you the request you ask.
I'm sure it will do no good, but...
You've been patient, Hilbern. You must understand we are solitary people. We hold our friends dear to us and protect them as we can. Radagast is such a friend, and here at the behest of our leader to aid us with a terror emerging from a long slumber. He has taken residence in the ruins of Ostgaruth, the place we call home. You are welcome to make the journey to the east. The ruin is north of the Great East Road, before the road snakes between the northern and southern swamp. Seek Radagast within the tower. Perhaps there's a way that you can aid him, as he will surely aid you. All right. We'll actually travel there, because if we don't, we'll kind of miss out on this region. There is a... thought there was a horse guy here. There is not, is there? Oh, yeah, there he is. So we want to take a slow horse, not a fast one, to Ostgaruth so that we can sort of see the region that we've been dealing with here. Oh, there is no choice. All right, so as you can see on the map, we are leaving the Forsaken Inn at the western end of this map, and we're going to take this east road beneath Weathertop, past Minas Eriol, which we never bothered with, thank you very much, through the Weather Hills, and before we get to the swamps, Agamar and Harloig, we will see this road here, and we'll go into Ostgaruth. It's a lot of chickens that I was... oh, there must be a chicken run or something, maybe. But yeah, so that's where we're headed, right there where that ring is in Ostgaruth. It's a nice long little ride through some pretty countryside. There's the top of Weathertop. We were just up there killing us some orcs. Hard to do worse than Radagast in the movies. I mean, all due respect to Sylvester McCoy, who played him perfectly fine, it was written as a very interesting character, to say the least. Yes. Not very wizardy. And the giant rabbits were silly. Just plain silly. No, I don't want to get lost in Minas Tirith. And I can't tell you how long I spent in there in my low levels in my first couple of characters. They charge hard him. That's not an inaccurate comparison. Misa think you like my rabbits. I love the night sky. I do wish it was a little more than just a bitmap painted background, but it's nice. It's pretty. All right, and here we're going to turn left into Ostgaruth. Coming up. Oh, we're still farther away. Didn't realize where we were. I thought we were near Ostgaruth because of that, but that's a different ruin. That's 9 Edith, I think. Yeah, some ruins, old ruins. And of course, if you want to complete all your deeds, you go to all the ruins in a region. That's the point. And check everything out. And, you know, they have built an amazing world to explore. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. Well, yeah, Tolkien doesn't really have much of a take on Radagast. It is a more thorough take on Radagast, but that's a low bar. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, folks. Water everywhere, huh? How'd you get water everywhere? Cheap keyboard. Do I want to know? Oh, we have an angered Tarkrip. All right. We're going to talk to Radagast the Brown in his tower in Ostgaruth. And this, as the title says, is Ostgaruth. That's what it says on the tin, folks. All right, so it isn't an old ruin, but the people living here do not belong to said old ruin. They've just sort of moved in and called it home. They are the Eggline. Friedrich the Elder probably has something for me, but yeah, book 3 forward. Okay, so so when I come to him, so right now we're in book 2, chapter 7, so we don't want to talk to him yet about book 3. Just in case I need to come back here, we'll replace the Forochel. Forochel. I hadn't bound a milestone since we were in Forochel. All right, let's go talk to the guy. Oh, me doing the Jar Jar impression? But yeah. Misa think you like my giant rabbits? Yeah. Saruman, bad. All right.
Why come you here?
The Eggline let you in today. I have been expecting you, though sooner rather than later. You have, in fact, taken your time. I understand you found something upon Weathertop. This rubbing, I do believe it is a G rune, a mark oft used by Gandalf the Grey, another of my order. I guessed from the description of those 3 lines that he was at Amonsul on October the 3rd, not but a few days past. I too saw the lightning upon Weathertop, and fear that Gandalf found trouble there. I have not seen him since we parted at Sarn Ford, so I can tell you no more of him or his travels. Of this place I can tell you much, but make reason a very little.
Will you help me?
The land itself is turning against us, and I know not the reason why. Even the shepherds are twisted shadows of their former selves. I speak of the bog prowlers, those that tend to the trees. If I can discern what is twisting the shepherds. I may be able to determine what is fouling the land. Bring me the moss that they use to line their nests. They roam the swamp to the east of here. Remember, I do not wish to harm the shepherds, no matter how confused they appear. They are innocent victims of the corruption, and know not the harm they do. I think one of the reasons I like the Radagast of this is that this adaptation was made, let's see, it's 18 years old, so that means it was 2007. So that means that the Lord of the Rings films had been out, but the Hobbit films had not. And I feel like that's, a big reason why this adaptation of Radagast is so good, because it's not being built on anything. It's not having to even consider any other adaptation reference of him. All right, let's head out. So we're supposed to collect bog moss from bog prowler nests, and that's over here in Haragmar. I believe we have to leave first. We can't just go over. No, maybe we can just go over. Ah, skirmish camp. Cabbage. My cabbages! All right. So we're supposed to collect bog moss, but like you said, don't necessarily kill the bog, the wardens themselves, the creepy little dudes, these guys, the vile bog prowlers. And that's good because, of course, they're not going to necessarily attack me because I'm already past their level. And it looks like we're getting bog prowler nests. So I just need to look around for the nests and find 10 bog moss, as opposed to Mog Boss. Does sound a little bit like Mob Boss, doesn't it? Or like Boss Hog. Just some good old boys. Oh, Bile Spewer Marksman. Yeah, this was Bob Moss. This is your world. Bob Ross. All right. I'm getting a message. A deed bestowed. Find the Circle of Blood. Did I want to find the Circle of Blood? I agree, Voicey. The first half of the first Hobbit movie was promising. I enjoyed the heck out of it. I felt like the way Jackson gave us individual distinct dwarves, Bilbo, I thought that whole opening scene with Gandalf and Bilbo, oh, it was just wonderful. Oh, this guy's really not. What are you doing out here by yourself? This is a bad place to be, dude. But yeah, after that, it was unfortunate. Just going to dab a happy little blood-colored moss over here. Just going to dab a happy little blood-colored moss over here. This is so much easier when you're over-leveled, because when you're under-leveled, you've got the undead coming at you, giving you a taste of what you will face later when you end up in Agamar and Garthagarwin, I should say. All right, bring that stuff back to Radagast. All right, you got some modding to do there, Katie. We got some crazy person on Twitch trying to bot stuff. Miriam, hey, popping in for 15 minutes. Happy minutes indeed. I love this. I love how when I come back in, I'm ported back on the table so that I can look directly at Radagast instead of on the ground, so I'm looking up at him. All right.
You have returned, I see.
I see you have returned. You did well. The moss will help me to understand how the evil is tainting the Red Swamp. This is but the first step in determining what caused the shepherds to become confused and irrational. There is more still to do, my friend. It will not be easy.
This reeks of death.
I can smell death in the moss, as if it was plucked from an ancient grave. This stench of decay and evil is not a thing from nature. I believe that the whites are to blame. Whites are the bones of the dead, stirred by fell spirits out of Angmar and Rudar. The war, this is great stuff, right? This is right out of the lore, right? I mean, it's just instead of barrow whites, these are whites that aren't bothering with the barrows. The wars here long ago made Haragmar as right for whites as the Barrow Downs in the west. Return to Haragmar, the swamp in the east, and destroy these foul creatures. If there are whites, I fear there are other fell creatures haunting the swamp as well. For now, though, you need only concern yourself with the whites. And of course, you know what that means. I kill the whites, I come back, he goes, yeah, you know what, on second thought, I need you to go kill these other guys too. That's what it means. I'm just catching here. Yes, Agamar. We won't be in Agarwen today, I don't think. Yeah. All right. Let's go over to Haragmar and kill us some whites. This is where being over-leveled once again will help make it quick. Because I don't have to worry about drawing aggro of creatures I don't really want to bother with, like the birds or, whites that are not going to count towards the count there. I just want the undead. So we're going to go with Passage of Shadow. Oh, I lost the game. Thank you. Hold on a minute. Yep. I do not know what's causing that, but I am expecting it is a problem with the HDMI connection to my streaming deck. Sorry about that, folks. We will keep working it. Bile Spewer Marksman. Yeah, I happen to be glancing over that way because I got a text at the exact same time. Otherwise, I don't know that I would have seen your ping right away. So I'm glad that you did what you did. All right. Let's find some more. Let's use the skill again. No Zoom meetings here. Thank you very much. Okay. I know that if I go a little further, it'll be really easy to find as many whites as I want. So I'll just keep heading that direction. Yeah, full screen Alan does a lot of things, none of them good. Okay, Copperback Bullfrog, not an undead. Oh, there's a couple undead guys. There they are. Will that count as two or just one? Just one, because the other was a summon. Oh, there's another one. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, hey, the signature. Let's take him out. See, he doesn't count. For some reason, he does not count, even though he's a white. All right. That still only counts as none. See, like this guy, I don't think he's going to count. I mean, we'll attack him. We'll kill him because he deserves to die. But, yeah, I don't think it did. All right. Then this will count only as the one because one's a summon. This might count as two because we've got two of those nasty little guys right next to each other. Actually, one of them's not a white. Yep. Yep, they both are. Yay. All right. This is... I knew this was going to be where I could find some whites. Trust me, if I could do the TTT with less me and more like art or maps, I would. All right, one more. All right, port back to Radagast.
You have returned, I see.
The White's destruction can only prove to help us in the time to come. Now listen, for there's much more to do. Stay a while and listen. Sorry.
This is dire.
I'm gonna wait to see who actually got the reference. All right. First person who names the character that I just did wins my applause. The sheer number of whites in Haragmar indicates the presence of gaunt men, vile necromancers who serve the Dark Lord. In ages past, they dwelled in the witch realm of Angmar, but the White Council believed them all destroyed. Clearly, they were wrong. Very close, Voicey. Very close. I believe that. Not going to give it to you, though. No. Clearly, they were wrong. Only the strongest of the Gaunt men, the Gaunt Lords, have the power to summon the spirits of the Shadow Realm. The War Singers carry the sigil of their Gaunt Lord. Search the ruins in the far east of Haragmar, defeat these creatures like you did 3 of them already, and bring me their sigils. We must learn which Gaunt Lord these creatures serve. All right. Yes, Deckard. Deckard, you got part of the name. Deckard who from what? And thank you, Watcher. Yep, that's what I was trying to pull up the tooltip when I hovered over him. It'll tell you. So the Gaunt men, though, are pretty obvious. It says Gaunt men or Gaunt Lord or Gaunt something. All right, so now we're headed back over there again. In fact, I'm just going to get on a horse. Since I'm not going to draw their aggro anyway, right? Deckard Cain from Diablo. That is correct. Congratulations, you win. Stay a while and listen. I loved that game when I was an early gamer. Wee. All right. Cow level. The secret cow level, of course. Well, that is a blast from the past. All right. Sigils from Gaunt Men. And I don't think they mean go and talk to the Gaunt Men and say, I'd like to exchange my sigil for your sigil. This isn't like a Disney pin trading convention. You're going to have to collect these sigils from their cold, dead hands. Oh, wait. Their hands are already cold and dead. Oh, I'm already in the area. Hold on. Let's do some. We're looking specifically for the Gaunt Men, not for the yeah, none of those guys, none of those guys. There we go. Gaunt War Singer. Oh, he's up on that deck. So here's a couple of them. Oh, KOTOR. You're not kidding. Knights of the Old Republic. Talk about a game that still holds up. Oh, he put me to sleep. It's nice to not have to worry about their aggro at this point. I remember getting very confused in this place. There's one. Nice. All right. There's another one. Oh. Am I in range of him, though? Where'd he go? Oh, no, I don't think I'm going to be in range. He's way over there now. Yep, out of range. All right, that's all right. There should be another couple easy ones to find. Yes, there's a chest over there, but yes, it's only going to hold on-level stuff, so no, I don't really want it. There's one. Hey, I need you to die. Oh, hey, we drew a another guy. All right, well, let's kill him too while we're at it. Oh, but those didn't count as gaunt men. Well, that's weird. Oh, I'm not in the area anymore. Well, wait. Well, this is kind of weird. I thought that would have counted. Look at that walk. That was really... Hey, die. You need to die. That's one more. Okay, we need one more. Sigil from a gaunt man. Well, why? Oh, he's up there. I shouldn't have gone there. Oh, well. I was following the red thing on the map. There's the little red thingies coming after the green thingy. I think we're the green thingy. Oh, there he is, down there. Hello. All right, port back.
There is a gaunt lord here.
These sigils bear the mark of Ivar the Bloodhand. He is a powerful lord of the gaunt men and a dangerous and vile creature. It is he who is behind the corruption of the Red Swamp. Why would a creature such as Ivar travel so far from Angmar? Power, perhaps. But what drew him here? All right, rewards, a useless red stone, great axe of the brown wizard. I don't know about you, but I have a hard time picturing Radagast using a great axe. It's just, I don't know. This land was the site of many battles in the past. Some say the swamp takes its name from the blood of fallen men. But my knowledge of the swamp's history is limited. I do know of a man named Arik, a wise man of the egg line, though only by reputation. He is a stone speaker, a scholar who studies the stones and collects knowledge from their markings. Arik knows much of the local lore. Travel to him and ask for his help. He currently dwells south of here, beyond Tarathgaun, down in Harloig. He may provide us with the knowledge we seek. Thankfully, they're giving me a port, because otherwise you have to navigate this swamp, and it's very slow just because it's a lot of water. So we're going to port down to Arik the Stone Speaker. I'm just going to catch up in the meantime with the chat. I have the high ground. Can I examine any of the books in Radagast's house? I will try next time I talk to him, so it should be able to be fairly soon. I don't know that there will be anything other than just some colors and art, but probably no like text or anything that's decipherable. Planes, stores. Okay, all right. Arik, Book 2, Chapter 11.
How can I be of service?
I know much about these lands, yes. Do you know from whence my knowledge stems? The dead hold secrets. Great secrets. Terrible secrets. Secrets they clutch to their chests like fire on a winter's day. Memories keep their hearts warm, you see. No, perhaps you do not see. But you shall. Oh, yes, I believe you shall.
Might I take a moment of your time?
You can learn many things from the dead, but there is one troublesome shade called Emmeline that resists all attempts at communication. Perhaps you may succeed where I have not. Emmeline is difficult. He is bound by pride and deems the living beneath contempt. If you can prove yourself to him, this might grant you enough status in his eyes that he will lend you aid. Beware when you speak to him. He will try and win your trust with pleasant words and send you off to your doom. You will find him at the ruins of Osthire. All right. Which is like right here, I think, right? Yeah, there we go. Well, that's a lovely look. Thou drawest breath, and yet thou dost wish to speak with me. Thou art not like the man Arik. He is stone-wise and knows the secrets of this land. But even he I despise for his warm flesh and bright-eyed stare. Wisdom will be thine if thou art proven worthy. Dost thou dare to face my warriors? If thou art the victor, then I shall help thee upon thy quest. Fail, and thou shalt not see the light of another day. Ah, from Arthedain. Thou art alive still to draw breath, though ragged and coarse it be. Rest thyself, and hearken unto me. Terrible deeds I have done in the name of the kings of old. While evil corrupted this land, my men and I stood by and did nothing, ignoring our charge. Now the Red Maid serves Angmar, something we swore to prevent. Yarwine Ben-Adar cursed us to live as half-dead. Such was our failure. Dost thou understand? I will help thee in order to break my curse, but thou must do more to secure my aid. Okay. I do have a bit of a problem with that lore-wise. I'm not sure that I can. I mean, there's nothing that says he didn't or couldn't or wouldn't, but I have a hard time thinking Tom Bombadil is going to put an undead curse on anybody. I don't know. That's just the way I'm thinking. This land was corrupted by the war which raged here. Blood, much blood, spilled into the springs of the Lady until all became red and the springs became a swamp. The Lady, whose name is not remembered, became the Red Maid, a creature lost and corrupt. Ivar the Bloodhand came not long ago and awakened her again and claimed power over her. Now Ivar is a greater threat than ever he was. Thou must strike against him to restore the balance betwixt men and nature. Until the Red Maid can be redeemed or destroyed, my brethren and I are doomed to this wretched state. The west is where thou must travel to destroy the White Lord Bruthra and his soldiers. They serve the Bloodhand and must be destroyed. All right. So you can see in the map, we're down here in the southeastern corner, which, we're just going to head straight to the west, the other corner of Harloig. And we keep getting deeds. I'm assuming that's just another deed bestowed. Find Osthire. Okay. It's going to be nice that we're not drawing everybody's aggro because this gets annoying in here. Mostly it gets slow because there's a lot of water. We're going to try to avoid the water where we can just so that we can move the story along. Yeah, the lower with the Red Maid is good stuff. I agree. Oh, that's right. There's the wall, so we have to go in through this way. The Grim Fens. Oh, there's a Bog Lord over there. Oh, he's not even a signature. All right. Deed bestowed, deed completed. Okay. How much further is this guy? Oh, not too far. Might be over here. Yeah, maybe up here. Nope. Up here, perhaps. There we go. All right. I have a feeling when I attack him, we're going to get some action here. The cursed men are mine. No one shall break them free from Ivar's will. Really? You sure about that? Hey, Bruthra. Oh, they're out of here. Talk to Emmeline at Osthire. In a normal, on level, that would have taken me a half hour of, killing a bunch of whites getting back and forth. Thou art returned from thy battle, and the White Lord is no more. Then I shall speak of the past and of what is to come. Ancient Arnor stood long ago, then sundered it was. 3 nations arose, Arthedain, Cardolan, and Rudaur. But Arnor's light was dimmed, and the hearts of men are so easily tempted to dark deeds. Rudaur turned against us, the kingdom of Arthedain, for there our Dunedain brethren had been overthrown by an evil chieftain of the Hillmen in the service of Angmar. And that is totally true. Read Appendix A. That is right there with the Lord. The warning had come much too late for the maiden, for us. The wars corrupted this land, drowning it in the blood of innocence. The lady drowned as well, choking on death and evil, while we did nothing to save her. Twice we failed our duty, and 7 times cursed were we by the one the elves called Yarwine Benadar. When the lady became the Red Maid, she brought further ruin to her own home, to the land and to the beasts. She was terrible, and we dared not face her. When there was no more living blood to spill, she slept, until Ivar awakened her once more. That is my sad tale. Now go, return to thy master, and speak to him of this secret past. Remember our fate, Hunter, and do not fail in thy duty. All right. I also noticed, by the way, that my inventory is getting pretty full. I don't have that little VIP thing because I haven't made it to the vendor for that. So I'm going to have to find a store or a vendor of some kind and just sell all the junk. In the meantime, yes, it is a terrible fate for anyone, and this Ivar is a fearsome foe. I pray those youths are found safe and sound. Ah, but you do not know. 2 bold Eglan youths set out to save Ostgaruth. They are ignorant of the dangers they face and must be turned from their quest. Pride and honor compel them, but only death awaits. All right, so now I pick up the new one. I will not take this yet because I want to take a look at the books. Like Miriam, I don't know if you're still here, but this is what we see on the books. Similar to the books in in Esteldine we saw in the library there, where we were talking with one of the rangers. So it's about a half dozen book covers. And then we have this open-paged manuscript or illuminated manuscript. Lovely work. All right. Let's go down and clean up my inventory before I do this. Inventory management simulator. Yeah. Well, that's why you have the VIP thing. It really does help. But oh, that's faction rewards. There's somebody around here, right? Campfire. Oh, there's a bunch of merchants over here, aren't there? Yeah. Okay. I don't want to sell everything, right? So there are going to be some things I want to. Well, first I want to. Yeah. Is there anything I really? I mean, there's some materials here, but I guess it doesn't really matter. None of it's stuff that I really need to keep. Yeah, I'm just scouring it to see if there's anything I should keep, like scholar resources, maybe. But, it's just not worth the effort. All right. Let's just click in and sell everything, huh? I'm just going to scroll here and make sure there's nothing that I don't want to get rid of out of my inventory. There's one right down. If you go out, it's down. Yep. Yeah, there's even still a couple of recipes I haven't. Oh, there's hides. That's tough for me to get rid of. All right, no big deal. Sell all. We'll put that in the shared inventory later when I can access it again. Now let's go back and chat with... Interesting. There's no active quest. It's because that quest ended and the next one has yet to begin. But we'll chat with... There we go. Radagast. Okay.
I have a task for you.
2 young and headstrong youths of the Eggline, Elsa and Eriak, entered Agamar with a small company. They sought to find the power behind the threat to their people. But if the Gaunt Lord Ivar has come to Agamar, I fear they face a power they cannot overcome. They need your help. The Red Swamp is divided into 2 regions. The southern marshes, Haragmar, you know. Elsa and Eriak entered Agamar, the northern marshes, through the Red Pass. It is a passage known only to the Eggline and myself. I will accompany you, for the shadow that has come to Agamar is too powerful for you to deal with alone. There is no telling what evil awaits us in the swamp. Return to me when you are prepared to leave.
Are you prepared to leave?
Okay, here we go.
The Gaunt Lord Ivar spreads corruption through Agamor, the Red Swamp, raising a host of evil to do the bidding of Ivar.
I'm waiting for the voiceover to finish. There we go. We must go west to the Eggline encampment. Elsa and Eriak will be waiting, and I can better attend to the corruption from there. The power which continues to corrupt this swamp is terrible, but we may not have to face it alone. The beasts tell me that there are shades of Emelin's kind which dwell here, and may be convinced to aid the Eggline. I do not know why they do not remain with their own kind, but they at least have not brought harm to the Eggline. Now we must hurry. The very trees scream in pain. I must see what I can do to help them as quickly as possible. Follow me, though I cannot promise aid, but I fear I will need all of my strength to face Ivar the Bloodhand. Let us head for the camp. Now, I'm sure that I'm supposed to also have to kill things along the way, but... I love how he's got 54,000 hit points. Like, it just doesn't matter. He's walking like Sarah Oakart, though. Tolo anni melinin. Lin bella scala. What am I supposed to be killing here? Who's he? Oh, over here. Okay. Don't shoot the ravens, in other words. So, my friend, what troubles you? I see that this corruption has affected everything. I will do my best to help you. Come with me. Oh, it's like a talking fox. Yes, as Katie says in the chat, getting lost is the evil that awaits you in the swamp. Mostly because Radagast can't walk in a straight line. Beware, friends, this dour root is angered. A shame that such a great tree must leave this earth. Hurry now. It is a fine day indeed, I think, good friend. Who's he talking to? Can't see him because of the shrubs here. Oh, a frog. Come along now. Follow me to safety. It would seem that this gate has been sealed by an evil power. I believe, though, that I can open it. Melon. It's the magic word for all of them. Belain minnatham. Oh, hey. Some whites. Come on. Doing this on level is really unpleasant. Greetings, my four-footed friend. That is not good at all. Allow me to help. Come. And of course, now Radagast is going to go talk to the squirrel. We could just be making a straight line, but no, got to talk to the squirrel. Why do you keep finding all these acorns in this corrupt place? Thank you. Thank you. This feels like Radagast.
Agamor is not for you, River Hobbits.
I think the frog and the fox and the squirrel are helping us. All right. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-dum. Dun, 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 dun. Done. Well met, sir. Where have the eggline gone? I can speak not of such matters. Nevin bids that I hold my post. Speak to this shade again. I must see to the safety of my little friends here. Nevin orders me to hold my post, and I must obey. He is our commander. I am under his charge, as are my men. Honor binds us even greater than the curse of Yarwine Benedar. I will not forsake my commander, though he is so very changed. I cannot disobey his orders while he remains. If thou wish us to fight, thou must entreat with Nevin. His seat is to the north. His seat is to the north, but I've got no... I'm by myself, so thanks, Radagast. We're headed north. Is this the direction he wants me to go? No. Oh, there we go. Nevin White Lords and Vile Whites. But of course they have to dialogue with me first. I can't just shoot them. Your presence is unwelcome, but amusing. What did you hope to accomplish, I wonder? Will not matter. Soon I shall claim your bones for Ivar and the Red Maid. Well, then come at me. Arise, brethren. There is life to claim. To me, slay them. I'm dead. All right, Dannesen, it's time for your vacation. You don't have a boss anymore. How's that feel? The white, the fell creature of Angmar. How could I have not seen this? So long have I lingered in this swamp, cursed by Tom Bombadil of the Yellow Boots, to bring the salvation or the destruction of the Red Maid, she who dwells within Garth Agarwen, a power now under the influence of the Gaunt Men. I was blind to what Nevin had become. Now I shall make amends. Now we shall make our battle and strive to fulfill our curse. Our oaths hold true. To arms, my brethren. We fight Ivar and the Red Maid for Yarwine Benedar. Quick now, we must follow them. Well, then move it, Rad. Really slow, dude. I love how at 4 levels beneath me, he has 6 times the hit points. He is a wizard after all. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, let's go. Well, so why aren't they attacking yet? Do we have to... There we go. That was nice. Quickly, there are others like you ahead. Watch your step and follow me. Elsa the Bold and Eriac the Strong. Radagast, you have come! And you should not have been so hasty in coming here. I told you it was folly. You were right. I shall know better for the future. Do not feel too badly. It was a great feat to come as far as you have. Hilbern, all of you, I sense our journey is nearly at an end. Rest now, and speak to Elsa to learn what you may learn of the battle. Her insight may prove helpful in the fight ahead. We were beaten. There is no way to hide this. This Ivar commands the water, the whites, the forest itself. He cannot be beaten by my meager force, and I fear there is something far more terrible within the ruins to the north. I know there is little time before a great evil spills forth from Garth Agarwen. Our only hope is Radagast. Only he will be able to stop this Ivar. Please go north to the gates of Garth Agarwen with him. Stop the Gaunt Lord Ivar. Bring your rest to its end, for we must hurry. Continue on our journey. Which is why you're walking so fast. Come on. Hurry now. The Gaunt Lord Ivar is not far from here, near the gates of Garth Agarwen to the north. He may not reveal himself immediately, so we may need to draw him forth. The way ahead will be difficult, but do not give up hope. We shall triumph this day if we do not lose heart. Come now to the gates of Garth Agarwen and Ivar. Well, that's gross. May your limbs be light. Oh, look at this. Dead people under the water. It's very, my brain. The swamps. All right. The great Ivar bids that you come no further. Well, the great Ivar is going to have a chat with me, whether he wants to or not. Ivar, enough of this. Show yourself. Who calls me forth? Have you come to sacrifice yourself to me like the others? Ah, the fool in brown. Agamar is lost to you, as is the River Maiden, Radagast. Cease your prattling tongue. You hold no sway over me. We shall see, fool. I trust in the secret fire. You have no power over me. Methadan Luith. The power of abyss is mine to command. You shall not stand. Well, that was nice. Oh, enough of this. I shall waste my time with you no more. The Red Mage shall have you all soon enough. That creature commands great power, but against a heart full of hope and trust in one's allies, such power means nothing. Thank you for your help here, my friend. We have done well this day. Ivar's spreading corruption is stayed, at least for the moment. I must return now to the Eggline encampment and help end this evil forever. There is more that you ought to do here if you are willing, but we will not speak of such matters now. All right.
I came too late to plead, and too early to weathertop, where beyond my aid, the Witch King and his minions attacked Frodo, wounding him with a Morgul blade. Thankfully, Aragorn was there to save him.
And there's Elsa the Bold up there, so we're going to go talk to her. Trying to remember if there's a milestone around here. Oh, well.
How can I be of service?
Thank you again for your aid, Hilbern. You should speak now with Radagast the Brown. He is waiting for you within the tower here in the camp. I'm assuming this is the door? Yep. Barad Thorn. Barad Thorn. He always has to find a tower. This one's a little less organized. He's got some of the books out, but not all of them. They're still in boxes. Yes, this shall do nicely. I shall remain here and help the Eggline fight against Ivar. I cannot allow innocent creatures to be used for such evil purposes. The Eggline and our Arthedain allies were able to stop Ivar's forces, at least for the time being. I am needed elsewhere and must bid you farewell for now. Now go, for Elsa wishes to speak to you again. Something about her sister, Anna, and her new kingdom, and how she's just going to let it go or something. All right.
What do you need?
You have done much to help us keep this foothold in Agamauer, Hilbern. Thank you. If we are to hold this position, we will need supplies. Bring this letter to Friedrich and this pack to my sister Hannah to let her know I still live. Hannah! Not Anna, but close. She is alone now, and I worry for her. To the south is a passage back to Haragmar, the southern reaches of the Red Swamp. From there go west, and you'll find your way back to Oscaruth. Hurry back and inform my people that all is well for the moment. Or I can push this button, spend a mithril coin, and I don't have to go through the swamp. My sister as well?
I'm sure.
I'm very pleased to hear this. What is it you bring me? Thank you so much for bringing this to me. I fear for my sister, for the swamp is a threatening place full of terrors, but I know that what she does is for the good of the Eggline. Now I suppose you should take Elsa's letter to Friedrich. I don't think I'm going to spend the coin to go 100 yards.
What can I do for you?
Crossing the swamp is not easy, Hilbern. You've shown remarkable courage. Ah, yes, Elsa confirms as much in a letter to me. She speaks quite highly of you. I will begin preparing a shipment of supplies for Elsa and Eriak.
Would you do something for me?
I've received a message from a man. Perhaps you know of him? He is a ranger by the name of Candaith. The details are vague, but it seems of great importance that you talk to him. I believe it concerns the enemy's movements in the North Downs. He's staying at a camp northwest of Weathertop. Travel west to the Forsaken Inn, then go north till you reach his campsite. Or push the magic blue button. Book 3 forward. So now we're moving from book 2 into book 3. I don't think we're going to be able to finish an entire book in 20 minutes, but we'll get started on it and then we'll finish it on the next go around a week from today. Esteldine sends word that you are to go there and meet with Halberad. Please hurry, for the orc fires burn hot and strong. Each moment we waste is another opportunity for the enemy. You can see how without that fast travel, completing one of these books would take ages. All right. Where'd Halberad go? Oh, that's right. He's in here. Yeah, see, I think the library... Yeah, the books are the same on this shelf. Yeah. All right.
What can I do for you?
Word has spread about the help you've given the Rangers to the south. Here in the northern lands, we need your help now more than ever.
Stay a moment.
While the eyes of Esteldine have been turned to the east, news from west and south tells me that the enemy is moving on many fronts. I fear that the strength of Esteldine is nearly spent, and alone we cannot face this greater threat. A council of the free peoples of the North Downs must be called. Yet before I do so, I need more knowledge of this threat. I need to know if Fornost, once the capital of Arnor of old, has fallen under the sway of Angmar once more. If the enemy is taken and fortify the ruins of Fornost, we're in the gravest of dangers. Travel to Mincham, a ranger who camps on the fields of Fornost to the west, and ask for his aid. I remember this place. All right.
I'm sorry. Did you need something?
The enemy retaking Fornost of old. Aye, from what I have seen here, I believe it is most likely that they have. From this lonely camp, I have seen the spectres of the Oathbreakers stir, and fell spirits from Angmar take shape upon the fields. I have also seen orcs spilling out from the gates of Fornost. So yes, the enemy has indeed taken Fornost once more. What cannot be told is the strength of the enemy within the ruined city. And for that, I shall need your help.
Will you hear my sorrows?
I cannot tell you the strength of the forces of Angmar within Fornost, for I did not see them approach. The orcs and wargs that guard the gates must have entered Fornost from the north. I fear the only way to know the true strength of the enemy within Fornost is to test the defenses erected at its gates by the orcs. I would do this myself, but my old injury prevents me from doing so. You know, that convenient old injury that flares up when times are particularly rough. Used to be an adventurer like you until I took an arrow to the knee. If you're willing, go to the Norbury gates north of here and slay what orcs and wargs you find. After you've done so, bring me a report of what you find. All right, so now you're like, wait a minute, haven't we been here? Yes, we've been here, but later in the book. So we are still, we're now, like we said, we're doing the kind of the prequel, if you will, to this story. All right. So where are we? We are in Fornost. Here we go at this campground, and we got to go up here. So we're just going to follow the road to the north. We might even take a horse because we're not going to draw anybody's aggro. And we just need to get up to the gates where we're going to defeat 10 Ongbutter's orcs and 6 wargs, which should take very little actual time. I just kind of lost. Alan spending mithril coins faster than Bastion spent, which is a never-ending story too. Oh man. Luckily, those are all 1. It's tough to do when it's on level. It's 5, and I always have a hard time justifying that. I don't think I'm going to take this quest. Can't believe I passed on that. You know what, Katie? I can't believe you did either. Lifetime VIP was super nice. Ah, Skyrim. As much as I love the music on LotRO, the music on Skyrim is maybe the best game music ever. We did port sometimes around Umbar, but not often. I didn't like to spend 5 times the coins. What do I take back? That the music to Skyrim is some of the best music around? The whole Elder Scrolls music, I mean, whether it was Oblivion or Morrowind, but especially Skyrim was some of the best. All right, so I think if I just head in here, kill some wargs, kill some orcs. Are you close enough that I got you both? Yes. Okay, I don't need to kill any more of the dogs. Just need to kill 3 more orcs and we're good to go. Let's make it easy. Got him. All right. Talk to Mincham. Oh, Witcher 3 too. It's another good one. Seriously, some of the best music around is are from video games. I know film scores are fantastic and I love them, but there are some video games that have amazing scores.
A shadow is on my spirit.
You are truly of stout heart to face such beasts. You have my gratitude, Hilbern. I only wish I could have done this myself instead of sending you in my stead, but time and injury prevent me from wielding a sword, let alone drawing a bow. From what you tell me, Angmar did not merely send a token force to Fornost. Nay, it appears they sent an army. Fornost has fallen once more to Angmar. Quick now. You must return to Halbarad and Esteldine and tell him what you have learned here. Angmar has taken Fornost once more. From such a fortified spot, Angmar could dominate all of the north. But there are even worse things to worry about. Tales tell of a great evil which inhabits the collapsed and ruined halls of Fornost. This evil could be called to serve Angmar. Go to Esteldine and tell Halbarad all that you have learned here. I'm thinking that like the slow version of this game, where you don't use quick travel, you don't use swift horses, would take a very long time. Just thinking out loud. Not going to want to do it myself.
What do you need?
I suppose we can be thankful that we're no longer as ignorant of the enemy's plans as once we were. Yet the question of how we will face this threat looms over us all. The peoples of the North Downs must be called together for a council to deal with this threat. There is much to do, and much I will ask of you in the days ahead if you're of willing spirit. So we're getting a three-parter. Part 1 of 3, Call to Dwarves, Call to Elves, and Call to Men.
Might I take a moment of your time?
We will need the might of the dwarves of Othrakar if we are to face the threat of Angmar. The dwarves there are good Longbeards, but have long been put to task by the Dourhands. When the Dourhands showed their true loyalties, the Longbeards drove them out of Othrakar. Yet they are still hard-pressed by the Dourhands, and only recently has one of Durin's folk from Erebor, Dori, come to aid them. It will not be easy to convince them to lend their strength to the council, but you must try. Travel to Othrakar and speak with Dori. If you cannot find Dori for some reason, speak to a dwarf named Hanar. It is he who leads the Longbeards of Othrakar. All right.
Might I take a moment of your time?
To the south of Esteldine, there stands a small refuge of the elves. Many long years have the elves dwelt there. However, in recent days, most of the elves left the glade. What is worse, I have heard that those few that remained were slain by stone trolls from the north. It is an irony that Gildor Inglorian, an elf lord of Rivendell, was coming to give word of the enemy's movements, but arrived too late to save those who remained. He should be called to the council, but I fear that he will be too consumed by the desire to protect both the glade and his people from their rage. It will be your task to go to Lyn Gileath and convince Gildor to come to the council. And then finally, the call to men.
Stay a moment.
Of all those that have suffered in the North Downs, it is perhaps the people of Trestlebridge who have suffered the most. They have stood firm against all orc attacks, but their own numbers are dwindling. In fact, the mayor of the town, Lovell Boskins, was recently slain, and his daughter Nellie now leads the people there. I would ask you to go to Trestlebridge and speak with Nellie. We will need her leadership at the council. I will give you a word of warning. Although her people have the most to gain from coming, Nellie will be the hardest to convince. The constant attacks will block all thoughts of anything but dealing with the immediate threat. And I think, well, let's go and do one of these, especially since we have quick travel. I remember the first time I did this, of course, you didn't have fast travel, and you had to make your way to each of these locations. But we have been in Esteldine. We have been, in the North Downs. We've gone from Esteldine to Othrakar. And we've also gone down once, I think, to Meluinen, which is where Glorfin, or where Gildor will be. So let's go talk to Dori or Hanar first. Now, of course, I'm sure you know what's going to happen is each of them is going to have a series of quests that I have to accomplish for them in order to get them to go to the council. And I'll have to do it again for the elves, and then again for the men. All right. You seek Dory. Alas, Dory has been captured by the Dour Hands. An envoy of the traitors just left and said that if we did not turn over the mines to them, Dory would be killed.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
A council of the free peoples? How could we give thought to a council with Dory gone? It was only with Dory's arrival and the hoard of gems he brought that hope began to creep back into our hearts. But Dory has been captured, the gems lost, and hope is stolen away. If those men, those rangers, wish to have the help of the dwarves of Othrakar, then Dory must be freed. You, if you are the ranger's envoy, must do this if you desire our presence at this council. Dory is likely being held in the Dauran's camp to the west of Othrakar. Free Dory and escort him to safety. Once he's free, we will make a decision regarding this council of yours. All right, so there's that. Now, there's no fast travel from there. We have to actually go to it. But let's pick up each of the three so we know what we'll have to do. And then we'll start those up with the next session. So let's go to Gildor. Lyn Giliath is this lovely little refuge here in the southern half of the North Downs. Show you on the map. Once again, it's down here by the river. Okay. We're going to go in here. Ooh, this is pretty. Look at that. Oh, Gildor and Glorian.
What can I do for you?
The shadow of the enemy has grown long, longer than perhaps any had thought. And the elves that once lived here have paid the price for our complacency.
Stay a moment.
This Council of Esteldine, I wish that I could simply commit to such an endeavor, but it is not so simple. Many of my people are nearly overcome with grief and anger at what happened here, and the threats against Lyn Giliath are not yet dealt with. Our scouts tell me that the orcs in Nanwathran are planning to move against us soon. The scouts say that these orcs are being led by a great Uruk of Angmar named Drukorth, who camps in the deepest parts of Nanwathran. Perhaps if this Uruk was slain, Lyn Giliath would be protected enough for me to come to your council. It is a heavy burden, but I would task you with this if you remain of stout heart. The Uruk is a mighty foe, and so you should not attempt to confront him on your own. If you must, then use the strength of this elfstone to find the strength to prevail from deep within yourself. Find and kill Drukorth. So Drukorth is all the way down here in Nanwathran. Let's go talk to Nellie Boskins and get the one she wants. Oh, there she is.
Greetings.
A council of Esteldine? Have you taken leave of your senses, River Hobbit? Are you unaware of the dangers facing this town? The constant attacks we must endure? These men in the east, if they truly cared about the threats facing Trestlebridge, they would help us here with these orcs. We would not have had to suffer as we have. We lost all those dear to us. No, I shall not come to this council, nor anything else. I shall not be convinced otherwise. Now, if you have no other business, leave me to see to the defense of this town. All right, so I got to go back to Halbrad and say, dude, she's not coming no matter what we do.
Greetings.
Good, you've returned. It does not surprise me that Nellie refused the call to the council, but that does not matter now. Word has arrived here that a large contingent of orcs is moving on Trestlebridge. The people there are a strong folk, but I fear they are no match for these orcs and the chieftain who leads them. We must go to their aid. All right.
I'll speak with you a moment.
In the past, the orcs that have attacked have been of the Tarkrit tribe. The bloodlust of that tribe usually causes them to throw themselves heedlessly into the battle, without forethought. The orcs that now move on to Trestlebridge appear to be of the more powerful Ongbers tribe. These warriors are stronger and more skilled. The townsfolk will not be able to stop them. I would send a party of my men to aid them, but all my kin are dealing with matters in the east. You and I may reach them in time, however. You've done much already, but I would ask for your help in this battle. Gather what warriors you can and return to me. But make haste. Trestlebridge does not have much time. So we'll accept it, but then we'll have to talk to him to start the instance. So I'm going to go ahead and call it for now, because any of these three are going to be longer sessions. But we will talk to Halbarad. We'll end up in Trestlebridge. From there, once we finish that, we'll end up going into Nanwathran and do the quest for the elves, and we'll pop back into Othrakar and go rescue Dory. But that's going to do it for now. Let me take a look in the chat here. First came across Othrakar right after unexpected journey. Yeah, mentions of Dory. Freeing Dory instead of finding Dory. Oh, man. Just keep mining. Just keep mining. What do? We mine. We mine. All right. And with that terrible image in your mind, I'm going to switch back to the stream. Turn off that camera from my desktop and bring the chat over here. Let me turn on the chat overlay. Where's my overlay? There we go. All right, that'll bring everybody back into the conversation. Yeah, there was a brief Narmaleth reference as he was talking about previous instances. Yeah, back in my day, yeah, you had to ride it. It wasn't even a swift steed. It was, just you just get the coconuts out and do the. All right. Well, any questions before I wrap up for the day or for the week, actually, for that matter, since I will not be back until next Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific time to finish this particular deal. Yep, different clans of orcs. That's always good. And I like that we get, sort of a glimpse at the different types and how they deal with combat. I know that's the thing. I'm struggling with that. I almost wonder whether somebody else cursed them and told them it was Tom that did it. I just have a hard time buying that Tom would. I'm also not even certain that he could. See, here's the thing. When Isildur cursed the Oathbreakers, well, that's the thing. They swore an oath to him. So he had the power to then call. Every oath invokes Iluvatar, whether you mention Iluvatar's name or not. So the thing is, unless they swore an oath to Tom, why would Tom then curse them? It also, like you point out, doesn't fit his nature, doesn't follow the lore. That part is one that I would like to ask, the writers. I almost call them showrunners. Definitely have questions for the showrunners. But yeah, I would like to ask the question, why they chose to have Tom Bombadil be putting curses on folks. And again, I'm not sure that it was in his power, yes, his realm was once larger, right? I hear you, Voicey. Curses are magic, oaths are devotion. That's a way to look at it. In Tolkien, though, curses are always the negative side of the oath. I mean, that's the whole point. You break the oath and you're cursed automatically. Yeah, I mean, he definitely has power over the undead. The question is whether he has power over the living in that regard. Can he curse the living to become undead? I don't know. When did we meet one of the writers, Katie? Of the game rather than writers of any other adaptation. But yeah, I feel like I can't imagine that he would curse the living even for doing this. Oh, sorry, Louis. Yeah, I am sorry that you missed it. We're just wrapping up now. We've been streaming for an hour and a half here. Oh, Bale was one of the writers. I didn't know that. Okay, interesting. Yeah, Tom, that's going to be one I'm going to want to see if I can find some answers for. But again, we've done some in-depth work on curses, or oaths, I should say, in Middle Earth, and how they interact with the living. How Isildur, was able to, basically call down Iluvatar's, how could he take away the gift of Iluvatar? And I think that's the point we're talking about here. We're talking about these men of Arthedain being cursed by Tom Bombadil and thus not being able to receive the gift of Iluvatar. Only Iluvatar has the right and the power to withhold the gift of Iluvatar. And he withheld that gift, if you want to put it that way, from the men of the mountains who betrayed their oath to Isildur because they had taken an oath. So I just don't know. I don't know. We'd have to see. I know that's the thing, voice. I mean, some people think that Tom is Eru, and he's not, because Tolkien made it quite clear there is no embodiment of the one in Arda. Right. I mean, that's something that's, we can discuss the nature of Tom Bombadil over and over, but the one thing we can agree he isn't is Eru Iluvatar. Simply because Tolkien has explicitly said he's not. So it's a good question. I would like to chat with the show writers about that, or the game writers about that particular thing. But yeah, that one so far is probably the only real, like, deep sort of cognitive dissonance that I've been getting from this game. For the most part, the story and the dialogue and the quests all feel very Tolkienian. And yeah, actually, Elizabeth, you make a good point there. If they, maybe not even the King of Arthedain, if they'd, well, yeah, because then that implies sort of a, yeah. I mean, if the King of Arthedain, if they'd sworn an oath to the king, and the king had done that, that would fit. I was almost wondering whether one of the evil kings of Rudaur, but again, then you don't have the power, that curse. The hillmen that took over Rudaur had some sorcery. I don't know. There's all sorts of other things, but yeah, wouldn't that be fun to talk with the writers, Katie? Chat with the writers and devs for a while. Yeah, I'd like to do that. Whether I get them on the PPP or even a short chat and get them on today's Tolkien Times would be good. But yeah, good stuff. Well, folks, thank you so much for joining me today. It was a lot of fun. I mean, just, well, as much fun as killing wights can be and following slow Radagast. But I really enjoyed the way Radagast was in the middle of all of this chaos, in the middle of this evil red swamp. He stops and talks to the squirrel, and he stops and talks to the fox and the frog and the rabbit. Come with me. Let's, this is a terrible place for you to be. And it's just really very Radagast. And again, I think it's because he was able to, they were able to start with a clean slate for who Radagast was. There wasn't the idea of a film adaptation. So, yeah, good stuff. All right. Well, thank you all again for joining me, and I will see you again, not Tuesday. I will be at Podcast Movement learning more about how to build better shows for you all, but next Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific, where we will hopefully finish up book 3 and then jump ahead to volume 2, since we have completed volume 1 a couple weeks ago. So, all right, all have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend. We'll talk to you next time.